Hello guys, how are you? My name is Andrea and in this video I am going to be preparing your own study plan for language learners. You can maybe do this exact study plan for other areas of your life, but was especially made for language learners. No matter what language you are trying to learn, if you follow this study plan, you are going to make some good progress. So without further ado, let's get into it. So guys, remember that this is just an idea, a plan that I come up with, but you can definitely tweak it and make it your own. Because remember that if this plan is going to be sustainable, it's going to be basically the best plan ever for you. And remember, you can adapt it also thinking about how much time do you actually have, and also you have to think about what are those main goals that you are trying to accomplish. Okay, so my three biggest tips for you would be: keep it short and simple, between 20 to 40 minutes a day. Don't study every single day of the week. You can take maybe 1 or 2 days off. Try to do different activities and be creative. This is something that I always tell you guys because it's really so important and so overlooked. Guys, let's say for example, you need to learn as much as you can in 1 month. Maybe you don't need to take 1 or 2 days off because you are truly focusing on that. But if you don't have something like about time, like I need to learn English in 1 month, in 2 months, yeah? So if you don't have anything like that, let's say you are not being pressured by a boss or maybe a teacher, I would recommend taking your time with this because it's going to take time, okay? It's not going to be in 1, 2, 3 months, no. But of course you can make that happen, right? But this is just what I think would suit me best, okay? So let's get into it. So now let's see the actual plan that is going to be appearing here in the screen. So guys, this is basically a little study plan that I created for my Instagram, I think almost 1 year ago. No, it was way more than 1 year ago. I think it was maybe 15 months or something. And that was because I was taking April off because I was going on a holiday with my family. So I didn't teach during April of 2022. Yeah, I'm a little weird with the months. I'm sorry. But yeah, and I wanted my students to have something. Okay, so let's say for example now they are maybe taking some months off, but it's because they are on actual vacation. But for example, April, at least here on my country, it's really a common month for all of us to study and be really focused on our goals. I just basically wanted to create a plan for them so while I was away they could follow something and I was keeping them accountable. So this is basically the little plan, right? So guys, if I'm looking down, it's because I have my little computer that I'm looking the plan, okay? So day one, read an article and write down in your notebook the word that you didn't understand. You are going to read again the article now that you have in mind all of those words that you didn't understand before, and then you're going to make a text with the most important part of the article. Like, what was that part of the article that you really loved, that you enjoyed, that you thought, okay, this part is important, and I want to maybe journal a little bit about this part. And yeah, guys, here I am just explaining a little bit more. This is basically what I explained to my students so they could really understood like all of the goal of this weekly plan, and that's basically what I'm doing for you guys. Day number 2. You are going to watch a video. I recommend for them 30 minutes, okay? Maybe you could do, okay, let's say, oh, I don't have that much time these days, so I'm going to do, I would maybe watch a 10-minute video. That's totally fine, and that's totally great again, okay? You are making progress. You are still making progress. So after watching that video, you are going to set a timer and talk about it's basically for 2 minutes. maybe you still don't feel that confident or that powerful to talk for full 2 minutes, but maybe you could start comparing, okay, I'm going to talk for maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then girl or boy, you are going to be up in the sky because you were going to talk so great in English. Let me tell you that. Guys, remember that this plan, you can use it for whatever language you want, but I'm just trying to make the example of English because I know the majority of you guys are English learners. So, that's basically it. Day 3, you are going to rest, alright? If you are a person, I think this is me, okay? So for example, I know there is people that maybe they go on and on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and then day 6 and day 7, they are like, okay, I'm exhausted. I need to rest so I can come back strong on Monday, right? Or maybe the day you are starting. Don't wait for a Monday. That's something very important. But I know I was trying to know like the problematic areas of my students, and they were like, okay, Andrea, I prefer a rest in between days. So I was like, okay, all right, if that's what you prefer, there is nothing wrong with that, guys. You are making it. You are making it your own. Day 4, you are going to choose 5 words that you wrote in your notebook on day 1. Okay, so the day that you read the article and you wrote some words down that you didn't know the meaning. Those same words, I would recommend you to have maybe a notebook, maybe a notes app, like literally whatever you would prefer, and something like what you know it's going to work for you, that's what you're going to pick, right? But I would recommend having everything on the same place so you are not all over the place and I'm like, oh, where did I left this? Okay, so you have everything in place. So you're going to choose 5 words that you wrote in your notebook on day 1 and you're going to try to talk for 3 minutes this time. Okay, guys. What am I referring to? So for example, if in day 2 you didn't talk for 2 minutes, you are not going to increase, right? Like the amount of time that you are talking because that doesn't make any sense, right? But for example, if in day 2 you talk for 2 minutes, then you can increase to 3 minutes. If 2 minutes was really hard for you, like you did it, like Andrea, I did it, but it was way too hard for me, you can then move on to 2 minutes 30 seconds and that is going to suit you a lot better, right? So that's why feedback is really important here. And I was really, I don't know, I was trying to make sure that my students were following the plan and they had really great results. Let me tell you that. Day 5, choose your favorite song. This was my students. They all vote that day 5 was their favorite day. Let me tell you something. For me, day 1 is the best. I don't know. I just love to write. Choose your favorite song. Write the words that you understood in your notebook. And if you want an extra challenge, write a part of that song. Let's say you are more advanced. You can, okay, I'm not going to write the words. I am going to write sentences of that song. That would be fire. Day 6. Write about how you did this week. This was referring, or I was trying to refer this about the challenge, but you could also talk about your life basically. I don't know, like whatever you are passionate about, you could write about, but try to at least talk about 4 or 5 lines. Try to write at least 5 lines talking about how you did this week, related to the challenge so you can keep yourself accountable. And you could talk about literally every aspect of your life. This is what I just basically explained. And then day 7 is a rest day. Again, how cool is that? So yeah, guys, basically on day 1, we focus on reading and writing. Day 2, listening and speaking. Day 3 was rest. Day 4 was speaking. Day 5, listening. Day 6, writing and listening. And then day 7 was basically a rest day. This is just a really easy plan. Let me tell you that this is probably going to take you at most, like let's say you are taking fully your time, 40 minutes. But more than 40 minutes, I don't think it's going to take more than 40 minutes. Guys, this is really an easy plan that is going to help you a lot. And as I said, my students made the biggest progress. I was really proud of them for showing up. You could even do, I don't know, like a challenge with your bestie or with your classmates, and you can keep yourself accountable. Remember that if you are in a community, that is going to be really useful and it's going to be helpful. Guys, remember that when you apply this study plan, you really have to first know your goals. What do you want to achieve by doing this study plan? And yeah, guys, it's going to be so good. Okay, guys, so let me tell you my last tips, okay? Writing, speaking, reading, and listening. Those four are really important. I know that we all know, okay, this is easier for me, this is more difficult. So you have to understand yourself a little bit better. But for example, if you hate writing, do not leave that. Do not, because that is the most important skill for you right now because it's the one that is triggering you. Second tip, you have to record yourself. This is no you have to. I'm going to take that back. You don't have to, but I would recommend that you record yourself or even film yourself when you are doing the speaking part because then you can re-listen what you just said and you can maybe capturate some mistakes that you might have done. And also, you are going to be able to hear your pronunciation. Third tip, you need to ask for help. Remember that feedback is really important. Maybe you don't have a teacher, but you have a classmate, you have a friend, you have a sister, a brother, an uncle, an aunt, I don't know, like whoever can help you, it's going to be really useful. And if you don't have any of that, remember that there are so many apps that can help you with that. I'm just saying, okay? Fourth tip, try to choose different topics each week because that is going to help you tons because you are not only going to be focusing only on one thing, but you're going to be learning just basically random vocabulary here and there, and that is going to help you a lot with your fluency. Fifth tip, once a month or maybe, I don't know, twice a month, remember that everything depends on you. I would recommend you to do like a little brain dump about how well did you did that month. It was great, it was bad, I didn't like this, I preferred that, and you are going to try to make it better next time because if you don't do that, like exactly write down what you like, what you didn't like and everything, it just like time flies, guys. Time flies and you are not going to be able to realize that until you are, I don't know, 3 months in and you're like, I haven't made a progress, a single pinch of progress that probably you have, okay? But maybe you are going to think I haven't made any progress. So when you feel that way and when you think that, you are going to look back and you're going to be like, I did make progress because here I wrote it. Okay, and basically my extra tip here, it is you probably want to follow or subscribe to YouTube channels like this one. Just saying, because guys, let me tell you, these little videos, they are going to be really useful for you. I say this as a language learner myself, okay? So don't you worry because I understand every single struggle that you have been through. In all of this journey, I probably have been there before, okay? Guys, keep in mind, and this is only and purely my opinion. Maybe you don't feel the same way as me, but I think that studying by yourself, it does not replace studying with a teacher, maybe in a course, in an academy. I know that we all learn different, but this doesn't mean that you are not going to make progress studying by your own because you are going to, I assure you that. Guys, I think I have covered pretty much everything about this study plan. Of course, you can let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, guys, if you like this video, if you like this study plan, let me know in the comments. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I upload videos every Monday and Thursday. So I will see you guys on my next video. Don't forget to follow me in my other platforms. And that's basically it. I hope you have the best week ever.